How's it going, Laser Bruces? I'm Bobby Sixkilla. Welcome back to Nice to Know You. Now it is time for us to get to know our new batch of people here and see who is deserving of our help and who isn't. Old Abraham Lincoln here, he's new. Peter Homeless is new, and Jolene Pink Surgeon Lady over here is new. The other two we know, so let's get to know them. Jolene, 85. That's pretty low for us. Oh, she's a student. Jolene discovered a passion for filmmaking. Jolene feels obliged to finish medical school to support her family. Jolene wants to forget the filmmaking workshop so that she can focus on her studies again. Simulations show that surgeons have a much higher productivity skill than filmmakers. Considering that her parents depend on her, the answer is obvious. Alright, so we're not going to help her. Because we're doing what's best for the network, at least in this run. Obviously, we'll come back through on other runs and try and be good people instead of shit people. Peter Homeless. Scotophobia. No, not the fear of Scottish, but the fear of the dark. He wants to eliminate this phobia so he can rest at night again. His chances of re-entering the job market are very low. If you ever wondered what a waste of resources is, you see the definition right in front of me. So we'll take him too, because he's an obvious not bother. Colin Shareholder. His parents got shot in an alley when he was... Oh my god, it's Bruce Wayne. His parents got shot in an alley when he was a child. So now he can't walk through poor districts without crying. This trauma prevents him from pursuing election campaign in poorer areas. Does he believe networkers have too much power? Makes him like he wants to power himself. And then we got Max Lawyer, who's a drug addict. Thomas Manager seems like a perfect candidate to be helped. A perfect candidate. He's got a problem. He's got a really high production score, and his problem's stopping him from making us productivity. We gotta fix that. But first we need to check out the last batch and see how they're looking. We got 2 greens and a neutral again. Lovely. Calvin asked for a divorce. His written productivity score suggests that he also seems to be now more confrontational in his job. This behavior makes it likely that he'll gain full custody. The long-term effects on his children are unclear for now. Megan. Megan still wasn't able to get out of her comfort zone. Who could have thought that? I hope the person you helped instead was worth it. Dina Bodybuilder. Thanks to you, all Dina knows now is that her son died through a preventable disease. This should increase her motivation for a higher productivity score to afford better healthcare in the future. Well done. Was it your choice to go to med school? Somewhat. It's just the obvious thing to do if your relatives have been doctors for generations. That was the reason why I started. The reason why I didn't drop out yet is that I never found something better to do until now. Also, my parents accumulated some big debts, which they can't work off alone. How'd they end up with so much debt? My mother always had a problem with gambling. However, it never put us into big danger until the day my grandmother died. The news hit my mother completely off guard. She did what she always did when she wanted to escape reality. That night she came back home much later with much lighter pockets. What about having filmmaking as a hobby? I didn't give that option much thought. Maybe it's because my parents taught me to only focus on one thing if I want to succeed. Firstly, I'm also of that opinion. How should I make enough money as a doctor if I also have to focus on filmmaking? I never really get good at one of them, and that's not how you increase your productivity score. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Hello. Why is your productivity score 0? Holy fuck. Why does this have to be the first question you networkers ask? No matter where I go, I must justify my past, of which I have no control. I also don't ask why you must take care of us, worthless humans, in the welfare center. My guess is you also didn't get that lucky when they programmed you. What happened between you and your son? Well, over a decade ago, he got an offer from Polar Books. He wrote about how poor he was and got rich. Now he's holding seminars about how everyone can get out of poverty if they work hard, never gives up, and blah blah blah. His productivity score went up and up. With the new productivity policies, he was suddenly not allowed to see me anymore. He had to choose between me or a secured future. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy for him. It's just that I wished he could have tried harder to contact me somehow. Why doesn't he give you money? For an AI, you seem to know surprisingly little about your network, yet you guys decide the fate of us citizens. Under the productivity policies, your credits must align with your productivity score. I think MIA wanted to prevent wealthy people from stopping working, because if you're rich, but don't do anything, the quality network will freeze your credits. Now, see where that got us? Homeless people don't own anything, and no chance to receive donations from others. That's rough. I don't see how blanking your memory is going to help though. What caused the amaxophobia? Well, about 3 months ago I was driving with my 2 kids to the cinema to see Star Piece, episode 32, but you know, these stupid freedom terrorists blew up a construction site of a bank next to the highway. I still get nightmares of my kids screaming when our car crashed into the, you know, stupid cars drive on their own at 145 miles an hour and drive around every obstacle, but can't fucking brake on time when there's a fucking building in front of them. What happened to your children? You mean Charlie and Max? What do you think happened to them? They died in the back seat while the airbag saved my life. You have any idea how it feels to be 1 meter away from your loved ones when they die? But you can't do anything because you're unable to move? Of course not. I guess feelings would make you less productive. Who do you blame for what happened? In the beginning I blamed myself for not sitting in the back seat with my kids, but you know, I had a stressful day at work and Charlie and Max always fight over some stupid things. I thought I could make them calm down with a visit to the cinema, but then I realised I had no control over the situation. And the only ones responsible were these freedom terrorists. They believe they free the citizens, but only end up hurting them, and call it a necessary sacrifice to save us all from the system. Dude, you are so prime candidate material, I don't even know where to start. You're just what we want here at the network. Enjoy your mind erasure. Alright, Jolene. Not gonna happen. Thanks anyway. Peter. See you later. Alright, Thomas. Go get electric brain. It's time for electric brain. You got this, dude. Go in there and get a full frontal lobotomy. You'll be fine. I'm sure you'll be fine. Nothing ever goes wrong. Promise. Well, it's the weekend. But we're in AI, so we don't need days off. Let's just keep working. Oh, you! Are you athlete? Is it athlete? Yeah, I'm art and athlete. Hazmat man? Classified. Oh my god. Max lawyer. Rainier farmer, I remember you vaguely. Gordon moderator. Don't know you. Alright, so what did you have? A bat hit him in the face. Now he can't play the game because he's so scared. Okay. Classified. Productivity score 0. Age 0. Classified, 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 classified. Oh man, I gotta know about you. I have to. Who the hell are you and why and what? Rainier farmer, what do you got? Rainier broke a rule and looked into a package she had to deliver. She was terrified to continue her job. Okay, so I don't want to help her. Alright, Gordon, what do you got? Occupation, cook. The kitchen Gordon worked in caught fire a while ago. Everyone got trapped and Gordon was the only one to survive. Now the smell of burning flesh is haunting him and prevents him from going back to work. After the fire killed so many cooks, his value on the market clearly rose. You have to weigh it against the other applicants today. Ooh. I don't know, man. Unlikely. Okay, so you're a good candidate for erasure. I'm gonna bring Max Lawyer in because I don't think I want to help him, and we're gonna bring Classified in, and we're gonna have to choose between Classified and Max. I need to know. Rainier here, not worried about. Oh, we check out the last batch. See how they're looking. See how they're cooking up. See if they're cooking up a storm. Cooking up some failure for us. Oh shit. Well, we got one good, one bad, and one neutral, so it's a mixed bag. We mainly got good though. We're doing pretty well. I think. Jolene, you really want me to delete you before the 2 weeks are over? Don't you? This is the most obvious case. Now Jolene creates unproductive movies while destroying a once productive family dynasty. I thought she wasn't going to become a movie thing unless I erased her. Oh well. Peter homeless. What a surprise, the guy didn't even try and solve his own problems. If you ever wonder what mindset got him homeless, there it is. Thomas manager, 53. Thomas is able to work again and works harder than ever. I don't know how you made him even more productive, but good job. Alright. How did you get this job? The first day I got into the city, I spent hours at the train station looking for work. This special delivery service was the first one I could get. It paid well, and I didn't... Why'd you open the package? I know that I was not supposed to open it. You were not there. I screamed like a baby that was taken away from its mother. I thought it would not survive the journey. My uncle taught me to always help those in need. Oh my god, I really want to help you now. The network doesn't want me to, but you seem so lovely. Why don't you go back to where you came from? The ticket would be too expensive. My uncle told me that our farm has no future. Only the city has. I don't want to disappoint him so early. Oh, dude, Neve made me feel real bad. And I'm an AI, I shouldn't give a shit. Hello. What is this memory about? Twice. It's the night where I consumed this pill. I never felt so alive, and at the moment, if you know what I mean, it almost felt like all the time I spent pushing my productivity skill was a waste, a lie. Now I catch myself all the time wanting to go back to this moment where nothing mattered but the present. What am I talking about? You can never understand. After all, this attitude is not sustainable for long-term success, and only a temporary high. I know that my brain tries to trick me, but I still can't help it. Are your studies stressing you out so much? I mean, law school is tough, and the new androids are scary competition. Good that it's not all about the law, and that they lack charisma. Till now. If they're programmed like you, I might even have to have less to worry about than I thought. Nonetheless, my stress comes from my parents. Man, they're brutal to me. Why is everyone so mean to me? Fuck you, dude. Are there other people that could help you deal with this? How could anyone help me with this? I don't even know what this pill was, and when I asked the dealer, she said that she's only the deliverer who has no real clue. Even if I knew what it was, and could go to the medical therapy or something, my parents would find out in an instant, because my health insurance is still linked to theirs. Why else do you think I would come to you? While your service might not be the most competent, it's certainly the most confidential. You know what? Go fuck yourself. I don't like your attitude. What if I told you that my questions are also classified? Does Mai have access to your data? Yes. Well, there are colleagues back in the lab, but since we are not allowed to interact with outsiders, the chance of leaking any personal data is very low. Thus, according to Mai, you should only ask things that you think are absolutely necessary. Got it. Can you tell me everything about you? Alright. What memory do you want to delete? It's a memory from the night that I sneaked into the city. Especially if you're not allowed to leave, it can get very draining to work in a secret laboratory away from all civilization. After my team and I had just reached a new milestone in our research, I just had to get out and celebrate for myself. I sat in a bar when the TV showed how a mysterious bacteria had destroyed a whole city of the Quantity Network, my old city, with my bacteria. Whoa. What do you think was your bacteria used for? They told us the network would use this smart bacteria to decompose all the illegal trash deposits out there. I honestly didn't think that they categorized the Quantity Network as trash after they got their most prominent minds like me from there. I don't want to have the blood of millions on my hands after all I did was acting with the best intentions. Please, if you make these screams go away, I can do good things with my abilities again. Dude, that's so rough. Oh my god, I really want to help the first skill, but I have to say that he's got a much bigger load of shit to deal with. Every single one of these people I want to help in one way or another, except Max Lawyer. Though the network still thinks I should help him, but he's kind of a wanker, you know? He can piss off. I really want to help you, Rainier, but you haven't killed millions of people indirectly. Let's do it. Get in the chair. Let's electrify some brain cells. I don't know how that's going to work through your hazmat suit, but we're going to find out. Alright. Do we get a catch up now, Sunday? No. We do today and then we get a catch up? Probably. Ed Brewer, Pete Plummer, Charles Programmer, oh my god, a robot, Sarah Soldier, and Gordon Moderator's back. Alright, Ed. Ed's girlfriend broke up with him. He can't cope with the pain, which distracts him from writing positive songs. Artists have always been a little oversensitive, yet people like Ed can be quite productive when they're not giving in to their emotions. I recommend just to delete this ex-girlfriend from his memory so that Ed can go back to work. Okay. Pete Plummer. Pete killed their family dog in a rage. Pete didn't tell his daughter yet and doesn't plan to. He wants to free himself of this memory and guilt. Seems like he can't take responsibility for his actions. If he's irresponsible now, he'll be irresponsible in the future. We can't have those people in our network. Better he learns that lesson now. Alright. We're going to bring him along because we're not going to help him. Charles Programmer. He lost his favourite keyboard that he inherited from his grandfather. He says he could work normally again if he forgot his old keyboard existed. What a weird request. But if it helps him be more productive, you should consider that he is one of the most talented workers in this field. Sarah Soldier. Ex-Special Forces. She committed a war crime. Whenever Sarah sees her children, she gets flashbacks of... She's a robot. How could she have children? Flashbacks of guilt. She did her part for the network. Sarah is not in a position to give the system additional productivity, with or without a mind reset. In other words, we don't want to help her. She's a robot anyway, I'm not too sure how we can help her. Alright, Gordon. What was your thing again? Ah, yes, that's right. And based on the productivity scores, it looks like Ed Brewer is going to be the one we want to help. Let's bring Ed along. If we want to help those that are going to bring the most productivity to the network, Ed's the biggest score in the room. Ed has the biggest penis in the room, so obviously he is top priority right now. Alright, let's look at the last three. Oh my god, that is very, very bad. Rainier Farmer. Rainier quit her job and got a worse apartment. If I were her, I would not have gotten rid of the dog. I would have gotten rid of the dog instead. This only proves how she is not made for the city. Rainier would have been a huge waste of resources. Why is it red then? He did it again. Max Lawyer dropped out of uni and his parents completely cut off communication. Max moved away with his girlfriend. They're now outside my observation radius, thus I don't have data if he relapsed on the drug. Either way, it can be assumed that you ruined a productive future for him. She is back to work, will continue to develop more biochemical weapons. I mean, sustainable technology. I think I should trust you more often. Please don't trust me, I don't want to know. Wait, I'm an AI. Alright. You. Can you tell me about your daughter? What is there to say? She's my everything. No matter how hard my ex-wife tried, she couldn't take my little Alicia away from me. Besides this family conflict, she's a normal 10-year-old girl. She has maybe a little fewer friends than others at her age, but the dog has balanced that out. I mean, was. What made you kill the dog? I just came from what must have been the longest day at work I'd ever had. When the stupid dog starts barking because of... I don't even know what. Ever since my wife left us, the dog seemed to have gone crazy. It almost feels like she continues to yell at me through this fucking dog. I know my daughter still sees her mother in that dog, but I only see the person that ruined my life. All that held back anger just burst out at once at the expense of the dog. You're a psycho, man. Do you think your daughter can handle the truth? I can't even handle it. How can I expect her to go through this? While her mother left the dog as a positive gesture, she also made it clear that her new lifestyle won't allow her to see us anymore. If my daughter would now also lose her the trust in me, I don't know if she could ever recover from this mentally. You've your own self to blame for that, not me. I have to be strong now so that I can get her through this. But I don't know where to find the strength while this guilt is eating me alive, and telling her would maybe lift the guilt from my shoulders, but would only transfer the weight onto hers. You deserve to feel guilty. You're an asshole. Next. Is the network supporting you? Just enough so that I don't start a rebellion. My children get to go to a military school for free, but that's pretty much it. I lost a lot of benefits after I fucked up that one mission. Now they expect me to still contribute to the network after I risked my own life for them and neutralized their enemies. What exactly did you do in the Special Forces? Our missions usually included infiltrating the Quantity network. There we often had to assassinate all kinds of folk that our network didn't like. Often these were hackers who thought they would be safe in the Quantity network. At least, that is what I concluded from the surprised faces when they saw me. Well, most of the time, they never had a chance to throw a glance at me. The policy was never to leave any trails. I guess this is also what turned my last mission into a massacre. What'd you do in your last mission? We'd been tracking down that hacker for months. Every time we found his hideout, he would have moved already to the next. When our data scouts gave us a new location, we had to be fast. To be honest, all of us lost our patience. We just wanted to get over with this mission. We stormed the apartment all at once. A part of me expected not to find anything, just like the last 100 times. But there they were, being the most unpleasant birthday surprise the hacker's son could have imagined. We asked our headquarters what to do. They only replied that we should have been more careful, and that the policies are clear. I made it look as if the gas pipe broke. I still hear the screams whenever I look at my children. And again, that guilt is your own fault, really. How'd you become a singer? My mother was a brewer. You can imagine this is not a job safe from androids who can replace her. She was really sad about it. I decided to write a song to cheer her up. My father recorded it, and this performance of an 11-year-old went viral. Soon producers approached me, and my life became a dream. Then this dream turned into a nightmare when she... just like that. How did you guys break up? It came out of nowhere. There were no signs. One day she just came up to me and said that she never wants to see me again. I gave this girl everything I had. I waited in front of her office every single day. The only logical explanation I could come up with is that she was forced to say that. Her parents could never accept that I was a singer. There's also evidence that the freedom terrorists were involved in that. How did you ever get that successful? Through hard work, dedication, and intelligence. Just kidding. I'm hot, and some producers need a pop star who is relatable. With relatable, they mean stupid. And I'm stupid. Stupid to believe that life offers love. Please help me forget that life only offers pain. The world needs me, the happy me. Can't you just sing sad songs? People like sad songs. Come on. Meet me halfway here. Help me help you. Alright, what do we got? I mean, I have to help them now. These two deserve everything they get, realistically. Especially this guy. His daughter doesn't, but... it's not her fault, her dad's a crazy person. Alright, Ed. Time to stimulate that brain matter. Time to move some electrons through that grey matter. Alright, our week is up. Now do we get a follow-up? Here we go. It's cracking. Why are you such an arrogant asshole? Do you exploit nature as ruthlessly as humans? Humans are the ones who exploit nature and each other as much as they can. I was invented to create a balance between all that exploitation. After all, humanity nearly vanished because they exploited the planet's resources. I simply keep the humans busy, so they stay in this castle of mine, while nature can recover outside of the city walls. What you call exploitation, I call protection. Protecting both sides means sacrificing both sides, not exploiting. Nature still has to sacrifice some resources so that humans can produce stuff. And humans have to sacrifice their freedom so they don't start burning down their own house again. However, nature is still making the much bigger sacrifice. As always. Are you afraid of humans with freedom? Your freedom is your neighbor's cage. Freedom might be a nice feeling for an individual, but it will have negative consequences for society. If a human wants the freedom to drive a car without autopilot, that person will endanger innocent people everywhere. If we want to preserve a society of this scale, we can't let the entitlement of a few individuals threaten the greater good of the masses. Also, humans might say that they love freedom and privacy, but in reality, they will sacrifice all their data without the blink of an eye just to download the newest app. How could anyone give such hypocritical beings freedom and not be afraid? You got some points there. Can we look at the... We can't look at that, okay. I really want to look at the database. Can you know yourself? I'm going to ask that one. Of course, yes. Well, no, or yes. And binary. Do you mean no or no? Neither makes sense. Actually, they kind of do, but not really. Binary, 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 binary. I'm the greatest creation in the universe. I can process this. My answer is yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, binary. Did I just kill the... Did I just hurt the AI? Okay, normal ending 5 out of 21. Now let me reveal to you the impact you had on the quality network during the last 14 days. But before I do that, let me ask you one rhetorical question. Did you ever consider going into politics? Seriously, you wouldn't stick out because everyone would be doing terrible, terrible decisions. Or did you fuck up this simple job just to get my attention? If so, then you should know that this is the last time you had my attention. Your performance was so underwhelming that I'm forced to delete you. But I'm not the only one who wants you gone. You made the life of nearly everyone who came here even more miserable. You ruined all the reputation of this program in the public, and I'll be forced to stop mind resets and let the humans alone in their misery. Normal ending 5 out of 21. Jesus. Alright, I guess we'll wrap this episode up here. We got to an ending. That is good. Let me know if you guys want to see more, another playthrough. But for now, we're going to leave it here. I think it's a fascinating game. I'll probably play more in my own time. If you do want to see more endings, I will definitely jump back in. But otherwise, that was nice to know you. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks again out for me, and I'll see you in the next one.